Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well today. After watching the qualifiers this weekend, I must say I was very curious to try Off the Books for myself. As you know, Off the Books got a bit of a buff recently because everybody was playing Jackpot, which basically rewards you for not calculating a bunch and over profiting constantly. Off the Books, on the other hand, requires you to calculate everything to the T, and it rewards you a little bit for doing so. I would still like to see a greater buff to Off the Books in the future. I want people to be more incentivized to play the specific archetype. But today I'm going to show you my deck. I've been doing very well with this lately. You have to be rather experienced as a Syndicate player to do it, I'd say. Otherwise, I would strongly recommend playing Jackpot instead. So let's quickly take a look at what Jackpot normally does. It gives you 9 coins when you click the order ability, and then it boosts an allied unit by any excess amount gained. So if you already have 6 coins in your pocket, you normally have a limit of 9. So you'll gain 3 coins filling the pocket, and then you'll be able to boost a unit with the leftover 6. Now, the difference between Jackpot and Off the Books is quite clear. At least with Jackpot, whenever an allied unit gives you coins, you will boost it by any excess amount gained. So if you reach that 9-point limit, the coins will always be turned into points, so you don't overprofit. But with Off the Books, you have 4 order abilities, and you will gain 2 coins every time, which gives you 8 coins, not 9. But your tributes now cost 1 coin less. So essentially this would be your biggest plus in the sort of deck, is that you save coins when using a tribute ability. So each one costs a coin less. The only difference being, of course, you have a 9 coin limit in your pocket, and if you go above that, you're going to waste coins, which sort of contradicts the whole saving coins thing, right? So this has a very high ceiling when it comes to being a pro player and knowing what you're doing. But of course, Off the Books also gives you 3 extra provisions to your deck, while Jackpot gives you only 12, so there is a bit of a difference here as well, because with Off the Books you can afford a few more expensive cards. Okay, so let's look at the basis of a tribute deck. So firstly, the strongest card in this deck can arguably be your King of Beggars. If this doesn't work out, you might just lose the game. So the King of Beggars has to be in your deck. Whenever you pay a tribute, it will remove a counter for each coin paid. It has a counter of 12. This means if you pay 12 coins in tributes, you will eventually summon this card from the deck to a random allied row. This card is a spender, so you'll be able to use all of your coins on this card and boost it, which is very nice to have. The only problem being in this deck, your tributes cost less. So normally you'd be able to pull this off with a quick Savola and another card, but now you have to play more than that. So let's look at the first card here. Savola has tribute 9, meaning you have to pay 9 coins for it to work. With Off the Books, it's going to cost 8 coins to use Savola, so you save a coin, but it's going to take 1 counter less from King of Beggars, making him more difficult to come out of the deck. Now, of course, we have a bunch of tribute cards in this deck, so it kind of evens out if you know what you're doing. Next up is Graydon. Graydon destroys an enemy unit with a bounty. If you're willing to pay the 5-point tribute, which helps bring King of Beggars out, you will boost self by that unit's base power. Remember, the King of Beggars actually refunds you for every coin you use on the tribute ability while in deck. So if you're willing to pay 5 coins for Graydon, he will give back 5 coins immediately. But of course, in this deck, it will only cost you 4 coins because it costs 1 coin less, right? Next up are some of the bronzes, and they're quite fun to play, I must say. Let's take this one for example. This is the Salamandra Mage. It will have a tribute of 3, and it will damage 3 adjacent enemy units by 2 points, which is quite cool because it means you do 6 points of damage for only 3 coins. So that's quite a nice trade. Whenever you pay a tribute ability, you will gain a coin while this card is on the board. But with Adrenaline 5, you will gain 2 coins instead. So this card will reward you passively for using any tribute cards by giving you more coins while it's on the board. So let's look at some of the other cards which are more fun. Now, you should use this correctly because this is a bit catchy, right? It costs 1 coin, but with this deck it will cost no coins. It will still give you the option of whether you want to pay the tribute or not. If you say no, it will destroy itself, which would be very bad. You always want to say yes because it costs nothing. And if you use it, of course, the Salamandra Mage will reward you with a coin or 2. The other one is the Renegade Mage. This is also pretty nice. It will cost 0 coins and it will damage an enemy unit by 3 points. Again, the Salamandra Mage will reward you for doing this. These are some of the new cards you might have been seeing in the meta, and it makes sense to have them. They are very nice, especially if you pay less for them. Now for the bounty archetype I have included in my deck. You'll see different variations of this deck going around. Some people might play poison, some might just go with pure control and damage. I like the bounty archetype because it rewards you for killing cards, and that's what we're doing, right? So firstly we've got the Witchfinder. The Witchfinder will spawn 3 Syndicate crowns. Now at the end of your turn, if no enemy has a bounty, the Witchfinder will place a bounty on the highest enemy unit. Of course, we then get to kill the enemy unit with different cards. So let's say we want to go with our Witch Hunter Executioner. Now this normally gives an enemy unit bleeding for 1 turn if you pay a coin, but if that enemy has a bounty, we'll damage it by 1 instead. So you can quickly ping off that enemy until it's dead. And of course, how a bounty works is, a bounty gives you all the coins back for the amount of base power that enemy was worth. So let's say this card gets killed and it's boosted up until 7. If you kill the 7-point Witch Hunter Executioner, you get 4 coins in return because of the bounty, because the card is only 4 points of value when it comes to its base power. So that's how bounties work, to put it lightly. So another option we have here is with a Graydon, of course. Graydon will destroy an enemy unit with a bounty, but if you're willing to pay 4 coins because of the tribute ability, he will boost himself by that unit's base power instead. So he will not only kill the card, he will also be giving you coins for the card's base power that you killed. So if it was 8 points worth of base power, you will get 8 coins, and Graydon will boost himself by 8 points. So this is quite a nice card to have. It's one of your strongest finishers as well. So if you can pull this off, it's definitely very nice. Just remember, the card does need to have a bounty on it or Graydon will do nothing. Alright, now another card that's exceptionally strong is Whoreson Freakshow. Whoreson's Freakshow allows you to damage an enemy unit by 2 for 2 coins. It's very unconditional, so the card doesn't have to have a bounty, it doesn't need anything fancy. The moment you play this on the board, you can just wipe it. It's very effective and it will likely be locked or killed very quickly, so you have to use it effectively. Next up is Kurt. Kurt places a bounty on an enemy unit, which is nice, but if you prefer to play him on the range row, you will purify a unit instead. So Kurt is a purifying card, or it can just give you another bounty if you need it. It's quite nice, and I'd say it's a must include in the current meta. Okay, now for Professor. Professor puts a bounty on an enemy unit and damages it by 4. So normally you want to try and kill the card in one go. If you want to pay the tribute, it will ignore a target's armor. Of course, you don't always have to go for the tribute, but let's say your King of Beggars isn't going fast enough, you're in round 3 and you still need to make it go down all the way to 0 before it pops out of your deck. You might want to use the tribute with Professor, etc. in order to get him out a little bit quicker. Remember, you will be repaid for using the tributes, so sometimes you can afford to use them. Okay, next up is Whoreson Jr. Now, Whoreson Jr. is a devotion card, meaning you're rewarded for playing a devotion deck. And a devotion deck is a deck that only has cards from that faction. So because we only have Syndicate cards in this deck, the devotion ability is triggered. So Whoreson will damage a enemy unit by 6. It doesn't have to be boosted. You will gain a coin for every point of excess damage dealt. Then you can pay 3 coins to destroy an enemy unit with 3 power or less. It also has Insanity, meaning if you don't have 3 coins, he will damage himself by 3, and then you can damage an enemy unit by 3. So this is quite a nice control card, and it gives you quite a bit of reach because you can take a 9-point card, damage it by 6, and then finish it off with a 3-point fee, which is super effective. Another card, perhaps one of the strongest values for your coins other than Sea Jackal, is Philippa Iohart. She spends a number of coins equal to an enemy unit's power, and then she seizes it. So let's say there is a 9-point card on the opponent's side of the board. If you can afford to pay 9 coins, you will steal that 9-point card. So each coin is worth 2 points. You steal 9 points, you get 9 points. That's 18 points in one turn, plus the 3 points of Philippa, which makes it 21 points. This is a very strong card, and you can definitely throw a game with this card alone. Another one is Vivaldi Bank. Now, people often ask what is better, Royal Decree or Vivaldi Bank? Now, the reason we have Vivaldi Bank is because it's Syndicate and therefore Devotion. If you want to play Royal Decree, that's not Syndicate, and therefore you'll have a non-Devotion deck. So you have to take out cards like Horsan Jr. if you're going to swap it. What this card does is it gives you a profit of 3. Then it will look at the top card from your deck plus an additional card for every coin you possess. It will then play the top card for free, and every card after that card will cost you an extra coin. So Vivaldi Bank doesn't necessarily give you the card you want, depending on how many cards you have left. It will also determine how many coins you have in your pocket the moment you use that card, which can be a bit tricky because sometimes I want to steal an 8-point card with Philippa, and I don't yet have Philippa, and now I have to use Vivaldi Bank to draw Philippa. And if Philippa isn't very near to the beginning, I will have about 4 coins by the time I use her, and I won't be able to steal anything worth 8 points. So this card needs to be used wisely. It often works for me, to be fair, but yeah, if you want to go non-devotion, that's up to you. Now, the next card is definitely one of your win conditions, and that is Zavola. So, Zavola will have a tribute of 8. Meaning you only need 6 coins ready to use it, because it gives you 2 coins, which adds up to 8 coins, and you'll only be needing 8. So when you use that, of course, there will go 8 coins off of King of Beggars, who refunds you, so you will have that 8 coins back immediately to use in some other manner, and the counter will go down. So oftentimes when we use Zavola, King of Beggars is already at 0 by the time this is played, meaning it pops out onto the board and you get to use it as a spender. Therefore, this card is a very nice finishing card in a short round. So if you use the coins, of course, Savola's Frightener comes out, and this plays for a solid 18 points, which is not bad. Okay, then we have the Flying Jordanian. If you have 9 coins in your pocket, this card will be summoned from either your deck or your graveyard, and it will pop out onto the board. It's quite nice for thinning reasons, and it also just gives you an extra 3 points every now and then, which is quite useful. Now, some ways to get bounty is obviously with Slander. This places a bounty on an enemy unit, and it will give you 3 coins. This is nice because we need a lot of bounty in a bounty list. And then we also have the Witch Hunter. This also just places a bounty on an enemy unit. The last one is Tax Collector. This just gives you a coin every turn. Remember, we can't afford to overprofit, so if you reach 9 coins, this card will just be wasting a coin every turn. So you have to find a way to use your coins before that happens. And then lastly, Sea Jackal. This is your most effective spender besides Philippa. This will give you 2 points for every 2 coins, but if you have 7 coins or more in your pocket, it will give you 3 instead. So every time you reach 7 or 9, you click this card, it gives you 3 points. You click it, it gives you 3 points. It's extremely effective, and it can play for quite a bit when you need it. Alright guys, so that is it. It's quite straightforward, but it can be very complicated for somebody who has never played Syndicate. Keep in mind, it's way easier to play Jackpot, and if you are a beginner, you'll probably enjoy Jackpot way more. If you're trying to learn the coins, this will punish you if you fail. And honestly, to me, that's almost more fun because it's challenging. I get punished for not calculating my coins correctly. And you can feel the failure in doing so. So it makes you calculate a lot more to the T, and it rewards you for being able to do so as well. Some people are saying that Off the Books is better when it comes to a pro player than Jackpot is. I still disagree. I still think you can go either way. Each one rewards you in a different manner. But yeah, both of the players who went through to the Open last weekend in the qualifiers were playing Off the Books, cams as well as Poisound. So perhaps there is some truth in that message. I'm going to show you the games I've played now. I'm going to see you very soon with another deck, I think. And I look forward to hearing back from all of you and if you actually managed to pull this off.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
Yeah, it was the Horaquax getting the Kyobi, getting carryover as well, which who knows. Not ideal. Okay, so we're going second. Alchemy Skellige actually viable, or is it kind of a waste to play it instead of Melusine? I'd say it's viable. No reason that it cannot be viable. People are prepping against decks like Melusine right now, not Alchemy.
I shall not repeat Amir's mistakes.
You'll need full Z6 CV1265X for that.
Surprise is a factor? Yeah, for sure, for sure. Seems people are always playing Jan Kovate round 1 for some reason. Beasty, ek kan niks sien nie. Ek kan niks sien.
Nobody expects the Novigrad Inquisition.
No, not God, Novigrad Inquisition. Alright. Interesting. Played a Viper deck against a Skellige not too long ago. It went well. Can I read a blurb? Not yet, not yet. Don't worry, friends. I will all out promote it once it is ready to go. Anything before that might just be in vain. Believe me, I'm very excited. But yeah, once it's like on the verge of getting published, I will give you blurbs to read and all that jazz. No leaks, no leaks.
No good wine will come from here, not even compost.
Come closer. Come on now, try.
Yan is safe, get instant value and board strength. It's a conservative play when your hand has a lot of reaction cards. I mean, sure, it's a proactive card, that's for sure, but it has a weakness.
Oak makes for the best pie.
Is the book fantasy? A science fiction. Young adult science fiction. Okay. You can go. You can go. I guess we're gonna take it into a long round. Hey Thaler, greetings, how are you doing?
This world, only two things are certain.
Are you going to Scotland? I sure am. September. Yeah, mama. Okay, hey, I just got this hoodie. I am going to continue streaming, do not fret. The streams shall continue. Gwent streams at least. Have I tried a Camby meme deck? No, but I've tried serious Camby decks. At least I've tried. Okay. You gonna miss Pixie? I sure will. That's true. Okay, well, we're gonna try and take this into round 3 because we always attempt to bleed and it never works out. Never. Thanks, I appreciate the congrats. Just here to get my woofs. That is perfectly fine. I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Okay, King of Beggars is at 9, that's always good. Awesome. And what else do we get rid of? Definitely the Renegade Mage for Slander. Now, obviously Horson and Graydon would be ideal cards to have.
A fine vintage it would have made.
I need to be careful. Whatever I play dies almost instantly. I'm still of the opinion that Nilfgaard is highly superior in this matchup. You can't see the coin? There you go. There you go.
Flames of righteousness do not scorch the innocent!
Salamandra has no fear of fire.
Yeah. Hey Nemesis and Ace. I will stream. I will stream.
I will not have you gaze at me so.
I do think Nilfgaard's highly superior. I mean, you're not wrong. You're absolutely not wrong. I'm taking this slowly for a reason, by the way.
Patch for harvest.
I'm trying to hold out on them. But then again, I should be playing some of my stronger cards, if I'm gonna be honest. That would make sense. I'll eventually steal whatever they steal.
The wicked never rest. Hide among you in plain sight.
Alright, there you go. You're gonna Yennefer it now, aren't you? Why not Purify Mage? Why would I? They can't kill it yet. Pixie. Oh my gosh, can you believe it?
not going anywhere.
Okay, we'll steal her back, but we're gonna have to ping her down, which is a problem. Pink Styles, thank you for the follow, appreciate it. Q. So you don't have Joachim? Interesting. That's very peculiar. No to Joachim means that I need to play some strong cards right now. How can they use their coins most efficiently? It will have to be with Savola. Any swarm decks good in this meta? I'm sure it would actually be rather good. Arte Terranova.
Once I'm done with you.
Okay, well, you're still gonna have to afford it, so if you decide to play Philippa now, you won't be able to afford it. Kurt does nothing for you. Horsan is nice, I guess. Professor also doesn't really give you any extra coins. Yeah, so you're gonna have to spend some money now, essentially. And what you spend, I spend back. Okay.
I've no mercy for your kind.
Slow and gentle.
It's not going horribly, but they're gonna replicate Savola, which is really crappy for us. Arte Terranova into Savola is gonna hurt. I got pixie hair in my eye.
Not about to sit back and do nothing.
Graydon would obviously take care of that, but it's not gonna happen. Okay. Anything we want to steal right now?
You should confess all in due course.
Bounty the Knut. Oh. I guess.
Fears already besmirched your breeches, I presume.
lift the curse, but who would love such a freak?
Just a peek. That is all I need.
Power, the object of dark desire.
GG. Finally. Oh no, it's Alumni, the match we're totally favored in. Yeah. Absolutely. All the odds are in our favor. I stand all the chances of winning this one. Let's see if they boost Letitia or not. I bet you they won't. I'm in Edinburgh if you need any tips. Hey, well that's actually cool. I might hit you up, Gray. At least the music is upbeat. Yes, in a very sinister way. At least the opponent forgot to select Crystal Skull. Maybe it's a siege list, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it is. Oh. Is it a Henselt list? I am confused. I thought everybody was playing not Henselt lists. This does not compute.
High time the north was cleansed.
Veil is always worth more than one. Actually, after that last game, scratch that. Have I tried Jackpot? Jackpot is vastly superior in every way. But no, I'm playing off the books currently.
Will never need ask me twice.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least I'm on red coin, I guess.
Appeals can be filed within 7 years.
Siege is still favored? It is now, is it? Yes, great stuff. It's just like off the books, the only difference is that it's seriously broken. Well, we got the defender out. That must mean something. Yeah. Siege so powerful it can beat decks from other games. Oh my, no. Great stuff. It's that deck, is it? I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move. Wait, what? Oh, there we go. Makes sense. I just wanted to see that in action, because I'm planning on passing anyway, and we're not going to catch up, so... Melee, yeah. And they're not clicking it. That is also what I call a pro gamer move. It's just a little commander. How much damage can you do? Going to Scotland. Everybody trying to try Haggis. I'm gonna have to try Haggis on streamer. I have a feeling this is gonna happen eventually. Oh, they're pushing, are they? Oh my goodness. We're going into a long round 3.
Not humans.
I cannot believe this is happening.
Dark clouds gather over Temeria.
Oh my dear gosh. The end is near. Hey, Oscar. I mean, if they deep fry my haggis, I will consider eating it. But only if they deep fry it. We're gonna try every deep fried dish there is. Hello, cards. Where are you? The deep fried Mars bar is an interesting one. You gotta try some deep fried ice cream. Oh, that sounds disgusting.
No, dwarves do not.
Deep fried ice cream. That sounds like an ice cream sandwich sort of setup. Hmm.
The job's a job.
Come on. How does deep fried ice cream sound disgusting? Deep fried anything, to be fair. Well, when I think of deep fried, I think of like deep fried chips, deep fried fish. So I associate frying with crunchy, warm foods. So for me, that would be like putting ice cream on my fish and chips. That's how it sounds to me. We're actually gonna lose this if we don't draw any of these. There are so many bricks. I'm gonna take the chance and forfeit if it works out badly. That's not good though. Still not good. Chris and Drew, thank you for the follow. And Jordanian Loyalist wants to see a Gwent card. I can do that. Just give me a moment. Have you never microwaved ice cream? No. I actually haven't. And gooey ice cream. Doesn't that just melt the ice cream? How about letho of goulet? Ouch. My heart, my soul.
Make way! Move it!
I do that on occasion, you're all crazy. Here's letho of goulet. Wow, the lighting is absolutely horrendous in this room today. That's the best you're gonna get, my friend. You're welcome. It says, witches never die in their beds. Are those the cards that people got? Yes, it is. These things come with experience. Hey, you could be correct. It's like a McDonald's milkshake. You know what I do when I crave a McDonald's milkshake? I buy a McDonald's milkshake. Maybe he is Adelant. Inconceivable. And 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3. And 1 and 2. There we go. What was that dance? It's just a seizure, ignore it. I swear when I do it in front of my mirror it looks better. Why would you play this on the melee row? Why? Why would you do this? Answer me. Well, I have no other use for these coins at this point. Oh my goodness, no, it's too early.
I can't wait to hear your wicked flesh sizzle.
I love Moana. You missed the seizure. 45 points was a lot 6 months ago. Boiling oil. How rude.
The church welcomes all. All are free to convert.
Nice, nice. Seems we're doing okay, fellas. Do you still think we're gonna lose? Add line of credit to this deck and destroy the Witcher coin, which gives you 7 more coins. Line of credit. Oh, wait. They played, what's the name? They're playing Commanders, I completely forgot.
You do not deserve to live!
Do you think we'll survive the Commandos? Oh my dear gosh.
Death to the enemy!
Nice mess you've got here.
Don't trouble yourself with pleas for mercy.
Can we kill all of them? No. Not yet, that is. Not yet. That's highly sus. I think we should win this. Yeah, you think we should have paid tribute? You're incorrect. Siege Commandos. Hey Shin, how are you doing? Yeah, we keep... Oh, I think we won, Shin. We keep losing with a single point. It's so frustrating. We lost with a single point against Jackpot in the previous game, and then the game before that also with a single point. I can't remember what we played against. Too easy. I mean, too easy. Okay, oof. We win. Thank goodness. Okay, so we are favored against Siege. Yeah. As long as we can use Horse on Freak Show to kill every card that's a threat. We're not favored against Alumni yet. That's our biggest Achilles heel, if you will. Who needs 80 points carryover when you can get 30? GG. GG. Tier 1 sub. Thank you, Sketch. Welcome as well. It's good to have you all here, as always. I can't get used to this music. It's extremely funky. Oh yeah, this is the most variation we saw in the qualifiers, was the differentiation between the Skellige archetypes. I still think Skellige happens to be one of the most balanced factions in the game in terms of its playability. You can play about all of the Skellige leaders with almost equal success. Okay, so I'm going to be red coin. I need to potentially get rid of a card. No. Ah. Привет, привет. Thanks for the videos. Oh, it's no problem. I appreciate it. Do I kill? Is it worth killing? Potentially. Imlerith has the coolest camera movement in a card. Okay. Do they have the discard package? They do have the discard package.
I suppose.
You should speak more Russian. I can't really speak Russian. I learned a Russian phrase the other day and I've already forgotten it. Привет, меня зовут Tia. Очень приятно. Okay, I remember it. Wow. Muscle memory. I'm kidding, that's the opposite of muscle memory. I'm not serious.
Best not play with fire.
Muscle forgetfulness, perhaps. Vodka. Your brain is a muscle? Yeah. We'll go with that one, for sure. What is the brain exactly? I should know this if I'm going to be studying neuropsychology. Ironically, I still need to learn most of this.
Make way! Move it!
Is the brain not just mush? Let's see. Is the brain a muscle? I didn't think so. Is it? It's not. Yeah, no, it's not a muscle. It's just... what's the English term? Neurosynovia cella.
Nothing loosens reticent tongues like a hot iron.
Nerves, organ. Hey, funny joke. Brain is haggis. Isn't it just fat with a bunch of nerves?
Ye who wander on the gale, ye we summon, ye we call.
Seems like a pass if I've ever seen one. Then how do you flex it? Good question. I've only really played Devo Warriors for Skellige this season, but I think I might switch it up. It was good when pirates were everywhere. I haven't really touched Skellige this season, to be fair. I'm still playing the new sort of decks. Off the Books is one of them, and then I'm gonna go back to Alumni with Istrid. I haven't really played that myself. I would absolutely have loved to steal that. It's unfortunate. Because we know they're going to just revive it, right? My brain has been at 1050 lately. I watch your clips on YouTube for good... And that's it. Thank you, Boris. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Do you hablo español? No. I do not. This should do it. Problem is they likely have Morgvarg.
Knowledge is a weapon of great power.
Nice. Out comes my flying Jordanian. I'm still ahead by 1 card. Skellige's great. I love Skellige as a faction. It shows us how Gwent can be, and we're heading there as well. Like currently with Syndicate, we're playing jackpots and off the books. That's good. It's not a bad thing, that's for sure. I think Salamandra Tribute. Kill the boat. Nice. Could have played Sea Jackal, sure, but I didn't want to get damaged. Every damage is another armor that Terror of the Seas gets, and that's not ideal. Morgvarg, yeah. I'm still comfortable where we are. I think we're in a good position. Easy peasy. Will Terror of the Seas be able to take us out? Why would you say people don't play Tessia and Alumni? I got the card the other day and looks good on paper. People did play Tessia at some point. I think it's more costly than Letitia. Difficult to fit, perhaps. Shall we go for Kurt? I didn't really think we need anything else with Vivaldi Bank. I have already played Kurt. Ah, yes. I guess Witch Hunter Executioner should do the job, though. As spender.
The job's a job.
Do I use it? I could. I see no reason not to. Is it worth playing She Who Knows on 18 Spirit Up when you are down a card and he passed? 18 points Spirit Up when you're down a card and he passed. It depends what you're playing against. If they can kill Spirit Up in the next round with a Yennefer or a Heatwave and you're down a card, you're gonna be down 2 cards. You can go for it and then dry pass the next round and see if they can catch up. Yeah, 18 is a lot. I might have done it myself if I were you. Bad hand. Is this the final round? Oof. Much better. Okay. I almost want to throw away a card. This isn't very fun. Okay. I suspect they're gonna Fukushia into Krach. Oh yeah, and this weekend most people played pirates. Only had Krach and Crate as a pirate in their list. But not the other pirate package they normally would with this. It's this list. Which is interesting. Okay, now there are several things we can do here. First one is just stealing that. Other one is killing it instead. I like the idea of killing it though. I feel like we'd overcommit by stealing it right off the bat. We can kill something else. Stealing is more coin efficient. I'm aware of it. I know. I felt awkward not having enough coins for Savola. I would have been able to pull it off, I guess. Take a sip. Sounds like a plan. But I would have had to get it with cards.
I'll snap your neck and make
See, now I can do this.
You'll suffer the consequences of your
Use my coins in a different manner. Mushy travel.
A beautiful pair of legs.
We too can play with fire. Oh yeah.
Alright. I mean, we should take this. Small Terror of the Seas. I think we played around it nicely. Still a lot of points they're getting here.
You will not stand in the way of my master's plans.
Nice.
I won't let you.
GG, GG. Oof. Okay, so it definitely depends on our matchups, to be fair, how this list does.